First of all, welcome to Aston Martin. I'm fairly sure it's a first for most of you coming to see us today. We love having visitors here. It's an incredibly exciting time to be in and around Aston at the moment. I've never known it at this pace. Now we get to Spitfire. We do stuff that looks too hard. We do stuff that's unique and cool. And I've really got to say a tremendous thank you for the Jardine Group and in particular Simon for having the confidence to go for this. Our Chief Executive Andy Palmer took one look at it in an email and said, yep, cool project, crack on. That's the sort of decision process we have here.
Spitfire 80 bloomed from the Blades Edition project, which we embarked on in June last year. A number of people asked me how I was going to follow that up. The concept appeared to have worked extremely well, pairing Aston Martin with aviation. And I realised that it was going to be the 80th anniversary of the first flight of the Spitfire in 2016. And we have the perfect model in the Aston Martin range in the V12 Vantage S. It's a large capacity, naturally aspirated V12 engine mated to a light aluminium frame in a car, so it has lots of parallels with the Supermarine Spitfire. I proposed the idea to the board of Jardine Motors Group and to senior management within Aston Martin that we build 8 80th anniversary V12 Vantage S in partnership with the Imperial War Museum at Duxford. And that as part of that project we make a donation to the RAF Benevolent Fund. The project went from there.
A couple of other thank yous to the RAF Benevolent Fund and the Imperial War Museum. Thank you for allowing us to do this collaborative project. We do stuff that other people say is impossible.
It's a proper labour of love. It's something from initial conception, idea generation through to the end, which you think how you're going to get there. And when you can now see it in part format alone, you realise how good a project it's going to be.
It's taking the technology of that iconic Supermarine Spitfire aircraft and placing that into the present time and carrying on that technological advancement right into the Aston Martin cars today. It's the perfect synergy.
It was an absolute icon of British engineering, and I believe that the Aston Martin Cambridge V12 Vantage S Spitfire 80th edition is an absolute stunning tribute to that legendary Royal Air Force aircraft.
So first off, we wanted to capture some of the iconic nature from the Spitfire. We've got the shape in the car naturally. We've got a very good green, Duxford green, which is almost green over black. It comes into its own in sunlight. The closer you get, it will start to turn more green, and then it has a very, very, very deep lustre when you see it.
This is one of the engines going into one of your cars. V12 engine, another thing obviously in common with the Spitfire. Powered by a Merlin V12 engine, but this one is a 6 litre. It's a big engine, about as big as we're ever likely to go on a production car. The V12 engine is heavier than the body shell you're sat in.
We've also taken the inspiration for some camouflage from the car, just to tone in and blend in the bonnet louvers. And they've got a fantastic piece of red webbing over the leather pull strap, a unique piece of the aircraft actually inside the car. And also as a key identifier, which is a very nice link to the RAF, is the centre rotary.
Your cars being a special colour will mean that they'll be hand painted as opposed to machine painted. It takes about 3 days for the car to get all the way around here, and when it's finally signed off by the paint inspectors, then it can wear the wings.
These rivets will be exposed, so there'll be a contrast on here underneath, giving it a part number, which actually in Supermarine days, if you went back to the 30s, denotes it's a Spitfire part.
So this is a build sheet for one of the cars, and it's got Duxford green, and this will then give us all the mechanical features that we need to know about at this stage.
Welcome to the Imperial War Museum, Duxford. The wait is finally over.
It's an iconic piece of British engineering. It, along with the Hawker Hurricane, were responsible for defending our country in our time of greatest need. The Spitfire is such a beautiful shape. The elliptical wings and the sound of the Merlin engine, it holds a very special place for people in Britain, along with Aston Martin, which I think also does. By pairing the two, by building a car that pays tribute to the Spitfire and allowing the clients that have bought those cars to pair their car with an individual Spitfire, which means that you can pair your car with one pilot's story, has really struck a chord with people. And with the demand for the car, we were taken aback by how many people inquired and wanted to buy the 8 cars sold out in 4 weeks.
The Spitfire is the most iconic of aircraft, and I've loved Aston Martins. A combination of the two together is something that was simply irresistible. They are both some of the most glorious sounds in nature. That lazy growl of the Spitfire is fantastic, but the wail of an Aston Martin V12 on full song is something that's very, very hard to beat. So I couldn't pick a winner between them, but as long as I can always ride in both, then I'm a happy man.
We think it's a perfect marriage between Duxford's history and the Aston Martin brand.
Because the Spitfire's so iconic and it's so amazing, and it just seems to grow in popularity more year by year, such that if you went back to the 30s now and said, do you ever foresee a day where it's going to be probably even more famous than when it came out for a purpose which it's not intended? I mean, it's amazing.
Final thank you to you, the owners, for putting your confidence in us. It's a great project. It's the sort of stuff we love doing. Roll on the next one.